Hello, friends. So, I've been reading lots of books and I've decided that I really should finish the Millennium series. Um, but I'll get to that. I also have Good Omens, so that's fun. So, the first book I'm going to talk about now is called Winter Chill. And in hindsight, this book really isn't that bad. It's got that whole like two straight guys, just jerking off together because that's what straight guys do, I guess. I'm not a dude. So Winter Chill is a 2013 book by Arya Grace and J.J. Hunter. I sincerely hope both of these people are straight women because if one of them is gay or JJ is a dude, mm. Um, the genre is listed as gay fiction and it's got a 3 out of 6 on Goodreads and it was free. I should have known better. Um, the protagonist's name is Indy, which I hate. He can't go home because snow. I don't know where he goes to school, but people who who like live in like Florida or California and then go to a college in like Buffalo confuse me. Like Buffalo, New York. Um, he has a roommate named Daniel. Daniel has a stage 4 clinger named Sophia. And Indy kind of wants her to leave, but he's not quite, I don't think he's quite aware why yet. I don't think he is entirely aware that he's gay at the beginning of the story. And also, Indy's real name is Andy. I don't know why they call him Indy. Uh, his college's power goes out, which I don't know how much snow has to fall for your college to lose power. Okay. It's really not that bad, though. My house has lost power before. It's actually quite fun. Um, so he spends the night on Daniel's bed because, two straight guys who got to keep warm. And Daniel was apparently masturbating when Indy interrupted him. So that's fun. Um, they go to a bar together and they hang out and then they drive home. And they talk about jerking off, so they do it again. But this, like, I didn't fucking know. Daniel's like, it's not that weird. And I'm like, yes, it's very weird. Straight boys are wild. So Daniel's dad, invited him and Indy over to stay warm. And Daniel doesn't like his stepmom because she's kind of a slut, like an actual one. Like, so much so that apparently we find out later in the story that I don't think she slept with Daniel, but she did something to him. And Daniel's never told his dad because I guess his dad is like happy and. Daniel and Indy go to a park and they kiss, and also, as I affectionately call them, mouthy down southies. And they use that F word that's offensive to gay people that I don't like. So, yeah. Daniel's like, I'm not gay though. Sure. And um, Indy touches stepmom's boobs. Daniel is hurt because of that. And then Indy goes home and he's sad. And his mom's like, I always knew you were gay and it doesn't really bug me. And Daniel goes to Indy's house. I don't know where the fuck you can just catch a plane just arbitrary. Maybe it's because I don't like. I'm responsible with my money. Who can just catch a plane ticket to like wherever the fuck Indy lives where it doesn't snow? I don't know. Anyway, um, so Daniel told his dad, and like, Daniel's dad is like just has to get used to the whole thing. In case you were wondering, my hat's an owl. My hair is a mess right now, but I have these fake nails on, so I can't braid my hair right now. Anyway, I'm clearly very interested in this book. So Daniel needs some space from his dad, and I think they have sex. I'm not entirely sure. And then he goes back to school, and like that's how the story ends. It's only like 89 pages, and I read it on Nook, and I regret everything. It's fan fictiony and it's surface level and it's meh, and there is no inkling of like we don't get any inkling of homophobia from Daniel's dad. He's just a dad. Like, it's just an overall meh sort of book. It only took up 1 page in my notes and 4 minutes of this video. So we're just gonna do another book because 4 minutes. What? This is YouTube where we fill up time with to make 10-minute videos. Except I actually have content. Whoops. Anyway, This next book is actually far more interesting premise, but it kind of falls apart in the middle. It's called Thorn of the Night Blossoms, a Legends of Tivara story, and it's the first in the Scions of the Black Lotus series, and it's authored by J.C. Kang, and it came out in 2019, and most people on Goodreads call it fantasy. I don't entirely know if I'd call it fantasy, but it doesn't have a listing on Google, so fuck it. I think that's how you pronounce the name, Jie. This book is pseudo-Chinese, I think, is a floret of the night blossoms, and most girls flower at 16, but Jay hasn't, and she doesn't, she's very pretty, and lots of people are like, or lots of dudes are like vying for her virginity, which has its own whole host of problems that I'm not even going to touch on because that's self-explanatory. Um, Jay doesn't have very much grace. She's half elf, and Lillian teaches her to fight. And Lillian had been an orphan, and Jay adopted her as a sister, but Lillian has matured, so she's like doing the sex thing. For some reason, Jay has elf blood that keeps her from being mature. I don't. All right. So like men come to this house to sleep with the florists, who are the ones that have flowered already, and the guys are called hummingbirds. And I think the florists are supposed to be spies. Lillian doesn't like any of this, to which I'm like, well, you can fight, so why don't you just leave? Anyway, I think the whole thing also is called Floating World. A lot of this was very unclear. I don't know. Maybe do I ask too much when it comes to these books? All I ask for is well-written books. There's also another area where it's kind of like the red light district, where it's like there are children being exploited over there. So Floating World doesn't let anyone sleep with the girls until they've bled, because that's how all these things work. So Jay goes out and someone attacks her, and now there's a problem, and I don't fucking know. Attacked, talking. Lillian saves her. Now they have to track down the people trying to kill them because someone wants to get rid of the blossoms, which is fair, because I mean, I don't know how I didn't notice that it was Lillian. That's the twist, by the way. The twist at the end of the book is supposed to be that it's Lillian who's destroying the night blossoms because she hates it. I don't think she dies, which would have been a much better ending. This book should have been from Lillian's perspective, and then at the end of it, even though she tried to do a rebellion, she still loses. There are so few books where the protagonist loses, and like it's just a one-off book. As Also, the leader of the place where the flowers live, the blossoms, is called the gardener, and yeah, the conceit's not stupid. I don't know. Jay is the one who ends up killing Lillian. I don't know. Also, everybody's got super Chinese names, and then Lillian. What? uh, yeah, it wasn't that fun. It wasn't that fun a book. Yeah, even though there's 2 minutes left, I'm just gonna end it right here because I don't put 3 books in one video anymore. So, yeah, I suppose.